Well, I think obviously it's understandable that she was going through an incredible amount of pressure. What I find so weird about this, and it reflects more on the media than it does on Simone Biles, is that we've tried to turn a very tragic moment, Simone Biles quitting the Olympic team, into this act of heroism. And I think it reflects pretty poorly on our sort of therapeutic society that we try to praise people not for moments of strength, not for moments of heroism, but for their weakest moments. And look, being an athlete is tough. Being an athlete at that level is incredibly tough. A normal response in this moment would be to say, it's just a shame that she's going through this. It's a shame that she quit. But instead, what our press has done, I think, is turn this into this weird therapeutic moment. Let's praise her for doing this. And I think that's really where the problem here lies.
Towering gymnastics champion Simone Biles has gone beyond her field of performance to become a symbol of mental health awareness and fortitude. Her path, especially her most recent successes at the 2024 Paris Olympics, captures a story of tenacity that not only supports her ranking among the best gymnasts in history, but also provides a strong counterargument to detractors of her choice to give mental health top priority over performance at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Citing mental health issues, Biles bravely decided to pull out from numerous events in Tokyo at the Olympics in 2021. Her decision raised awareness of the twisties, a disorienting condition where gymnasts lose their spatial awareness during difficult aerial maneuvers, therefore increasing their risk of injury. Although most people supported Biles' withdrawal, some, notably Ohio Senate contender JD Vance, objected from other angles. In a Fox News program, Vance criticized what he saw as a misdirected glorification of fragility over strength and presented Biles' choice as emblematic of society's softness. Reflecting his viewpoint on a therapeutic society, Vance's remarks indicated unease with the general appreciation for Biles and suggested that fragility rather than strength was exalted. These comments set up a major reaction, stressing a supposed lack of empathy for players' mental health issues and misinterpretation of the demands of competitive sports. Fast forward to the Paris Olympics in 2024, where Biles created history by securing her second Olympic all-around title at the age of 27, so ranking as the oldest woman in 7 decades to accomplish such a feat. Her Olympic gold medal and 9th overall absolute confirmation of her status as the most decorated American gymnast following her mental health issues, this spectacular comeback to the international scene not only highlighted her physical ability, but also underlined the need to give self-care and first priority as mental strength is absolutely necessary to achieve new limits. The public's response to Vance's earlier remarks highlighted a more general cultural change towards sports mental health sensitivity and understanding. Public personalities and social media users banded around to defend Biles, stressing her successes and challenging Vance's view of sports and mental health. This reaction was typical of a cultural event that changed the dialogue on mental health by acknowledging it as a necessary component of both personal and athletic achievement. Notable people in many spheres, including fellow athletes, like Olympic gold medalist Aly Raisman, stressed the admirable quality of Biles' commitment to giving mental health a top priority. The conversation then turned to more general activism, with public personalities and groups using their positions to raise awareness and destroy dismissible stories. The story changed to one of atonement and vindication when Biles returned to compete in Paris. Her triumph was evident of her resiliency and a clear refutation of those who had doubted her will and fortitude, including Vance. The successes of Biles underlined the changing knowledge of mental health's influence on sports and showed how valuing mental wellness improves rather than reduces performance. When one juxtaposes Vance's remarks with Biles' achievements, one can clearly see Vance's political future, especially in relation to vice presidential aspirations. His management of the reaction and the divisive character of his previous remarks highlighted the more general cultural and political discussions on mental health. Debates fundamental as society recognizes the need for thorough support systems that give holistic well-being a top priority for both athletes and the general population. The narrative of Biles is much more than just an athletic success. It resides at the junction of a larger social revolution. Her path has sparked discussions on mental health outside of the athletics world that forces companies, leaders, and communities to rethink how they assist people in negotiating demanding situations. Her advocacy emphasizes the need of dialogues on mental health that lead to real societal improvements by stressing a critical change towards empathy and understanding. The advocacy of Biles represents a basic change in society's perceptions and supports the need for mental health as essential for general well-being. Public personalities, influencers, and companies supporting mental health awarenesses have made this knowledge more well-known, such that conversations go beyond words and show actual changes in athlete support systems. By contrast, although seen as antiquated, JD Vance's remarks emphasize the need to match public conversation with modern principles that give mental health and well-being a top priority. The criticism he encountered reflects a clear shift towards more informed opinions on mental health, as public attitude favors methods anchored in empathy and knowledge more and more. Politically, the story of Biles and Vance has shown the need for public personalities to adjust to changing social attitudes, especially on themes like mental health, resilience, and the more general conversation on these important subjects. Her outstanding performance at the Paris Olympics acts as a spark, opening the path for a fresh perspective on what it means to be a top athlete in the modern world, a society in which mental and emotional well-being is acknowledged as basic to continuous success and personal fulfillment. The Tokyo 2021 episode was crucial, starting discussions all over about the need of mental health treatment for athletes competing internationally by stepping back. Biles highlighted the enormous psychological stresses athletes experience, pressures sometimes unseen to onlookers but highly effective for their performance and safety. This speech had significance in many different high-stakes situations, not only in Olympic gymnastics. Biles' candor brought attention to a part of gymnastics and sports in general that is hardly spoken so freely, hence launching the phenomenon known as the twisties into front view. The yips, seen in other sports, this disorder causes a sudden lack of spatial awareness which puts great risk for athletes executing complex motions. By sharing her difficulties, Biles made sure that such issues, which demanded empathy and support, were not limited to whispers inside the gym, but rather acknowledged as a real part of athlete well-being. The choice made by Biles spurred a more general review of how sports and their governing organizations handle athlete preparation and support. The realization that mental health is just as important as physical fitness has spurred changes inside sports teams and promoted the use of psychological tools in conventional training approaches. These changes point towards a more complete approach to athlete management whereby mental resilience is developed with the physical ability to support general health and performance lifetime. Apart from the influence on sports policies, Biles' narrative has become rather popular in public awareness and motivates more general social transformation. Her openness on mental health inspires other sportsmen and public personalities to be honest about their own difficulties, therefore strengthening the support and solidarity among them. Such transparency encourages people in many spheres to take care of their mental health without anxiety, therefore normalizing conversations about mental health and lowering stigma. The story thread of Biles' trip and JD Vance's criticisms captures more general cultural norms in change. The public response in Vance's remarks, in contrast to the celebration of Biles' success, emphasizes this change. An evolving collective knowledge that strength includes the courage to prioritize mental health, so redefining conventional ideals of resilience and toughness. This conversation also touches the political ground, stressing the need for leaders to interact with problems like mental health with sensitivity and depth. The reaction against Vance's alleged lack shows an increasing need for public personalities to match their policies and words with the complex reality of modern society. Maintaining trust and support among many, progressive populations that value educated, caring participation with issues impacting well-being depends on this progression. As Biles keeps on her road, her impact goes beyond her own successes to affect institutional and cultural attitudes to mental health in many different fields. The focus on overall well-being resonates in sectors other than athletics and sparks debates on how mental health resources may be included in business and educational environments. Her activism represents a call to action for settings that give holistic health a top priority, balance, empathy, and support. Simone Biles is not only a physical symbol but also a lighthouse of hope for people struggling with mental health issues in this changing terrain. Her path inspires people to embrace authenticity and resilience as fundamental elements of success by showing the transforming potential of vulnerability converted into strength. Her legacy strengthens the critical relevance of mental health in the fabric of human experience and motivates society to keep on its road of empathy, understanding, and invention, therefore extending the conversation about mental health. The conversation between Biles and Vance also interacts with ideas on gender equality, therefore dispelling preconceptions that have long limited ideas of strength and passion. Biles redefines these ideas by showing a leadership style that welcomes emotional intelligence alongside conventional kinds of strength, therefore combining vulnerability with great resilience. Her narrative drives conversations about gender equality by showing how reframing resilience advances a more inclusive cultural awareness of many leadership traits crucial in modern arenas. Furthermore, the cultural changes started by Biles affect the educational system. Since they support mental health awareness as a basic component of courses, educational institutions can better equip the next generations to flourish under balanced, health-centric paradigms by creating settings that stress mental resilience alongside academic or athletic performance. These developments have far-reaching consequences that affect workplace dynamics in which mental health is becoming more and more important for establishing motivating and efficient surroundings. We open the path for a more compassionate society that appreciates the whole growth and well-being of people across all aspects of life by advocating the inclusion of mental health into regular learning and corporate practices. Simone Biles' impact on society's impressions reaches into public debate and media as well. Her path has attracted a lot of media attention and supported stories emphasizing the nuances of mental health issues for both public personalities and athletes. This coverage has been crucial in ensuring that mental health is not merely a passing issue of concern, but also a constant point of attention for media and public debate, therefore guiding the conversation forward. As well-known narratives about mental health change, the way media shapes public opinion and emphasizes the need for ethical storytelling that honors the experiences of people like Biles who support constructive change. The path of Biles also emphasizes the vital part support systems, families, friends, coaches, and mental health experts have in building resilience and well-being. Her focus on surrounding oneself with encouraging individuals reflects the knowledge that mental wellness is a team effort and grows in the settings of empathy and support. This strategy emphasizes the need to request assistance and depend on a network of support as a necessary part of strength and resilience rather than a sign of weakness. In the spheres of politics and leadership, the lessons from Biles' path appeal as a call to leaders to actively interact with and handle concerns of mental health and well-being. The responses to JD Vance's remarks provide a case study for a better understanding of how political narratives can match or contradict modern societal norms. Leaders are expected more and more to show empathy and understanding, supporting laws that give mental health top priority alongside their pressing concerns influencing their constituents. This expectation shows a change towards a more comprehensive governance models that see mental health as essential for public policy and society advancement. The effect of Biles also emphasizes the possibility for sportsmen and public personalities to use their platforms for advocacy, their visibility to influence public opinion on urgent social issues by means of positive change. Her work in mental health advocacy emphasizes the part sports stars play as changing agents, showing how personal stories could motivate more general cultural movements and legislative debates. The story of Simone Biles and her amazing comeback to gymnastics serves as a sobering reminder of the continuous path towards knowledge and the priority of mental health in all spheres of life. Her successes in Paris confirm her reputation as among the best gymnasts and concurrently strengthen her position as a champion of mental health awareness and reform. By means of her narrative, society is reminded of the need to support mental health campaigns and build settings that promote resilience, empathy, and understanding. Finally, the course of Simone Biles' activism and career marks a turning point in the junction of athletics, mental health, and societal ideals. Her bravery in confronting mental health issues head-on and her later victories have spurred important dialogues that have changed the public opinion of and support for mental well-being. This story provides evidence of the ability of resilience, empathy, and sincerity to change our perspective of strength and success. As we keep learning from and building on these conversations, Biles' legacy will be a lighthouse of inspiration, supporting a future in which mental health is honored as a vital part of a dynamic, active society.